Listen, life doesn't wait for anyone. There's no pause button. There's no shortcut. Every day, every second counts. And the truth is, most people don't realize how early the grind begins. Some of you wake up at 7, some of you at 6. I'm telling you, the difference between being average and being unstoppable isn't talent. It's discipline. It's how much work you're willing to put in before anyone else even opens their eyes. I remember my early days. Everything I dreamed of felt miles away. I had big goals, huge ambitions, but ambition alone doesn't move mountains. It doesn't pay bills, it doesn't heal failure, it doesn't make people believe in you. What moves you forward is the grit, the moments when nobody's watching, the moments when you're standing alone in the dark, wondering if this is really worth it. That's when champions are made. When I was younger, I faced things that most people would call impossible. Life pushed me to the ground, more times than I can even count. I lost opportunities I thought were mine. I got cut. I got rejected. I got told I wasn't enough. And every time it happened, I had two choices: stay down or get back up, and fight harder than I ever had before. Here's the thing about failure. It's not a setback. It's a setup. It's a test. And if you let it define you, you lose. But if you let it drive you, if you carry it with you, keep it in the front of your mind, it becomes fuel. It becomes perspective. It reminds you exactly where you came from and why you can never go back. I call this my anchor. My anchor is remembering the hard times. Because when the world expects you to fail, when the odds are stacked against you, that anchor keeps you grounded. I want you to picture this. It's 4:30 in the morning. The world is still asleep. The streets are dark. The sky barely light. You're in the gym, or maybe you're on the field. Maybe you're running laps. Maybe you're lifting weights. Nobody's there. Nobody cares. And right at that moment, your body is screaming to quit. Your mind is telling you it's too early, too hard, too much. And this is the moment that separates the ones who talk about greatness and the ones who live it. I remember a time when I had almost nothing. $7 in my pocket, a dream that felt shattered, and no one to bail me out. It could have been the end of the road, but instead it became my fire. Every no, every door slammed in my face, every opportunity lost, I stored it. And later, when the lights went on, when the stage was set, when the chance finally came, I remembered that fire. I remembered what it felt like to have nothing, and I used it. And here's what most people don't understand. Success isn't one moment. It's thousands of small moments stacked together. It's the days when you wake up tired, when your body aches, when everyone else is sleeping in, and you still push yourself. It's showing up when no one is watching. It's doing the boring, hard work that nobody talks about. That's where the game is won. That's where the foundation is laid. And yes, it's painful. Yes, it's lonely. Yes, it will test you. There will be days when you question yourself, when you think maybe this isn't worth it, when fear whispers louder than ambition. But those whispers, those are the ones you have to fight the hardest, because fear is not the enemy. Fear is the indicator. Fear tells you you're onto something big. Fear tells you you're stepping outside the comfort zone. Fear tells you this matters. So, every morning when I wake up before the sun, I remind myself why I started. I remind myself that nobody is going to outwork me. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. And I take that discipline, that fire, that relentless hunger into everything I do, whether it's in the gym, on set, or in the ring. Every move, every step, every decision is intentional. Every moment is an investment in the person I want to become. Because here's the truth. Life isn't fair. It doesn't owe you anything. And if you wait for permission or a perfect moment, you'll wait forever. You've got to take it. You've got to create it. You've got to be relentless, unapologetic, and fully committed to your vision. And I know some of you are thinking, I don't have the resources. I don't have the support. I don't have the luck. Let me tell you something. Luck is a myth. Support is temporary. Resources are optional. What matters is you, your grind, your heart, your mind, your body, your commitment. That is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. That is what makes someone unstoppable. So when the world is quiet and dark, when you're all alone with your thoughts and your doubts, that is your battlefield. And how you show up there determines how you show up everywhere else. Because greatness is not given, it's earned, every single day. In the small moments, in the early hours, in the struggle that nobody sees. Now let's talk about challenges. The moments when everything you built feels like it's crumbling beneath your feet. Those moments are inevitable. Life doesn't care about your plan. Life doesn't care about your timeline. Life will hit you, and it will hit you hard. And the difference between someone who thrives and someone who gives up isn't luck. It's how you respond when the pressure is on. I've been there. I've felt the sting of doors closing that I thought were meant to be open. I've been told I'm not ready, not strong enough, not worthy. And at first it hurts. It crushes you. You feel like the world is stacked against you. But here's the thing. Those moments, as brutal as they feel, are also your greatest opportunities. They're your chance to discover what you're really made of. I remember a time when my dreams were literally shattered. I had invested everything into something I loved. I gave my heart, my body, my soul. And then it didn't go the way I imagined. I lost what I thought was my shot. It felt like failure. But if I had let that moment define me, I would have stopped. Instead, I asked myself, what can I learn here? How can I use this? How can this make me stronger? And that's the mindset that changes everything. You can't just chase dreams. You have to chase resilience. You have to face the disappointment, stare it in the eye, and say, you will not stop me. Every setback is a lesson. Every obstacle is a chance to build the muscle of discipline, courage, and persistence. I want you to picture it. The night before your biggest challenge, your nerves are racing, your heart is pounding, doubts creeping in. And you have a choice. You can let fear control you, or you can harness it. You can let anxiety paralyze you, or you can channel it into focus and action. Champions don't avoid fear, they train with it. They don't wait for perfect conditions, they create them. There were nights I would wake up, look around, and realize I had no safety net, no backup plan, no assurance, and the weight of the unknown could have crushed me. But instead I leaned into it, I accepted the uncertainty, and I made a promise to myself. I will outwork everyone. I will show up stronger. I will not let circumstances dictate my success. Here's a lesson. Adversity isn't permanent, pain is temporary, but the lessons you take from it last a lifetime. I learned to carry my struggles like armor, not chains. Every rejection, every no, every failure, those weren't stops. They were guides. They told me where to improve, where to push harder, where to focus my energy. And let's be honest, most people quit before they see the reward. Most people give up at the first sign of resistance. But here's the truth. The moment you feel like quitting is exactly the moment you need to double down. That's where growth happens. That's where greatness is forged. That's where legends are born. I also want to share something powerful with you. Sometimes what feels like a disaster is actually a blessing in disguise. Opportunities will fail. Plans will fall apart. Dreams you thought were perfect will crumble. But those moments often redirect you to something even greater than you imagined. That's the paradox of life. Sometimes the worst moments are the gateway to your greatest victories. So when life puts your back against the wall, and it will, you need an anchor. You need something to hold on to. For me, it's remembering every moment I've overcome. It's remembering the mornings I woke up before the sun, the nights I pushed past exhaustion, the times I had nothing but a dream and my will. That anchor keeps me grounded. It reminds me that I can endure anything. It reminds me that no failure is final. And here's another truth. You have to embrace anger, frustration, and intensity as allies, not enemies. That fire you feel when you're pushed down, it's fuel. It's energy you can use to push yourself harder, smarter, faster. The key is controlling it, channeling it, using it to dominate your day, your craft, your life. Every challenge I faced, every rejection, every setback, it built me. Not overnight, not in a single moment, but layer by layer. And now, when I face a new challenge, I don't panic. I don't hesitate. I step forward with the confidence of someone who has survived the worst and come out stronger. That's the power of perspective. That's the power of resilience. Now, we've talked about struggle, failure, and rising stronger, but let's talk about discipline. Discipline isn't glamorous. Discipline isn't exciting. Discipline doesn't get headlines. But without it, nothing else matters. You can have talent, ideas, connections, but if you don't show up every single day consistently, you'll never reach your potential. Here's what discipline looks like. Waking up before the sun, when your body is begging for sleep. Pushing through the pain, the fatigue, the excuses. Showing up even when no one sees you. Doing the hard work, even when you don't feel like it. That's where success is born. That's the unseen part of greatness. I want to give you a real picture. I wake up at 4 a.m. Sometimes it's still dark outside, sometimes it's raining, sometimes I don't want to move. But I get up, I open those doors, I start my cardio, I hit the weights. Nobody's there, nobody is watching, nobody cares. And that is the moment that defines you. That is the moment when the ordinary become extraordinary. You see, it's easy to be motivated when things are going well. But true champions, true leaders, true legends, they find a way to be relentless when nobody's cheering. They thrive in the quiet hours, in the dark, when every part of them is telling them to quit. That's where character is forged. That's where winners are made. And I need you to understand something crucial. The world will try to distract you. People will doubt you. People will criticize you. People will tell you you're not good enough. And at first, it stings. It can shake you. But the person who succeeds, they don't listen to the noise. They focus on their own grind, their own path, their own growth. Here's the truth. Every single day you don't work, someone else does. Every day you hesitate, someone else steps forward. And that's why you can't be average. You can't be complacent. You have to outwork everyone, not to compete with them, but to compete with yourself every single day. I've learned over the years that success is incremental. It's not a lightning strike. It's not a single big moment. It's the accumulation of small, consistent actions over months and years. Every early morning, every extra rep, every choice to push yourself when you don't want to. That builds momentum. That builds strength. That builds results. I also want you to hear this. You will face setbacks, you will face failure, but those moments don't define you, they refine you. Every challenge, every obstacle, every no is shaping you into someone stronger, sharper, more determined. Keep your struggles close. Let them remind you why you started. Let them fuel your fire. And finally, the ultimate truth I want to leave you with: you are capable of more than you know. The person staring back at you in the mirror every morning is either your biggest ally or your biggest enemy. It's up to you to decide. Will you rise? Will you show up? Will you put in the work even when it hurts? Even when it's inconvenient? Even when nobody is watching? That is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the hopeful from the unstoppable. So today, I challenge you. Find your anchor. Find the reason you won't quit. Wake up before the sun. Push past your limits. Chase the things that scare you. Commit to your grind. Embrace the struggle. Own your failures. And let every challenge, every setback, every hard moment drive you toward the life you want. Because here's the reality. No one can give it to you. No one can hand you your dreams. No one can do the work for you. But the person who refuses to quit, the person who outworks everyone in the quiet hours, the person who carries their struggles as fuel, they become unstoppable. And one day when you look back, you'll realize every early morning, every setback, every painful moment, it was worth it. It brought you here, stronger, wiser, relentless. And at that moment, you'll know the truth. The world didn't stop you. You didn't stop you. And that, my friend, is victory, is